Fear and Panic, as told to me by Griot One. And I often talk about a lot of things that we converse on. But have you ever noticed that when the government wants to do something shady, they come up with something to create fear and panic? Like, I think it was World War II, they were talking about the Red Scare. They were, actually talking about the Cold War and all of this, and Vietnam War. They created all kind of stuff to get in there and wound up getting their behind kicked because you went into another man's backyard to play or to try to control it, and you found out that they wasn't nothing to play with. They were fighting on their own turf. They were fighting for what they believed in. And you come all the way from America to jump into something because of probably France getting their behind kicked. Why you think they hate Haiti so much? First time the European powers got their behind kicked, and they got it kicked by black people in Haiti. Part of our whole, they call a lot of things they call by different names, but it's the same name, Africa. And I need to say that, and I need to make you mad because a lot of y'all don't want to be from Africa. But if what they say science, we all Africans. But that's the last thing on earth you want to be. But I didn't come here to talk about that. I came here to talk about one thing. No, maybe two. One is, I've heard two older gentlemen, and I don't even want to call them gentlemen. I've heard two people, they were black people over 50 years old that should know better. And if you decided to go on air on a platform and talk about Jasmine Crockett, one of the few people fighting for us, not just us, but Asians, Latinos, and every other color or creed, which we all one race, human race. But we can't seem to get color out of our mind. And since we can't seem to get color out of our mind, I'm going to tell you, Africa, Africa, Africa. You understand? You don't like black? Good. Because you're going to be black whether you like it or not. But I'm talking about an old man that comes from a place that I know very well, talking about a sophisticated black woman who, by rights, so what you found a flaw in her? Loving your people ain't against the law. That's another one by Griot. And let me tell you something. If you are too blind to see who is fighting for the masses of the United States, not just Texas, but for everybody, who makes people in Congress who are taking money from you, stealing money from you, making you believe foolish things, always keeping you divided. But in our community, we always have gatekeepers, people who are trying to be on the outside, trying to be with the in crowd. They want to sit at that man's table, see the powerful people table, so they'll do anything. They'll kill Malcolm X. They'll kill Martin Luther King. They'll kill John F. Kennedy. They will kill anybody but the people that controls them. I have never, like my man said, We got football players 6'7", 6'8", 285 pounds, 300 pounds, black as tall. And you can't find now one of them when it comes down to voting or actually lifting up the community. And that goes for the rest of them. Even if they're short, it's too short. You can't find none of y'all when it's time to stand up and back somebody who's fighting for you. You want to always leave them to the people that you know are going to kill them and kill us too in the long run. But you don't care as long as your pocket's full. I don't come here to make friends. And even if I did, I'm gonna be very careful. Because, you know, the only reason why these platforms are open is not for people like me who want to talk and tell you their version of the truth, their version of the Constitution, their version of government, their version of why I don't have to like the way somebody treats me because of the color of my skin. One, because I'm saying something you don't like. Oh, y'all didn't know? If freedom of speech ain't free, all you have to do is look at history. And I'm going to tell you something. When you look at it, I can't see how you would sit down and talk about the way a black person looks and presents themselves when you know you look in the mirror. One person talked about the way she dressed, which has nothing to do with government or politics. Another one talks about it because he's probably an undercover Republican, which there's no difference between a Republican and Democrat to me, because they don't have enough people that can make a difference in Congress, so we keep getting the same old thing. People telling you what they're going to do for you, stealing your Social Security, you understand? Taking your education away from you. They already done took the jobs, but they'll blame it on you. All they got to do is tell somebody, you know, light skin from another community or a European that don't have no money, that black people taking their jobs and they go stark raving mad. Now, Latinos, I have no problem with. I don't have a problem even with white folks. They got a problem with me. But I don't have a problem with all Europeans. But the ones who killed my ancestors, the ones who I know want to take and put us back 500 years, the ones hate me for no reason, I'm not going to tell you no religious bull stuff about I love them. I don't even love you, you gatekeepers out here. And I tell you something, if we were on the streets back in the know, I would tell you more than that. But when you talk about people that's been fighting for you, you show your real colors. And I'm not from your tribe. I'm tribal. You know, you can call me what you want, but I was born here. And most of the time, you know, you don't have a choice of where you were born. You have a choice, and you make a choice on who you support, who you love. And I'll tell you something. In the last election where Jasmine Crockett was on the ballot, we should be embarrassed. And for my Latinos, Asians, and all of those people, I'm not going to call you my brother, but you know what? Check your history. And stop putting your dark people in the closet. Let them come out. Show what your real roots look like.